We used to think success was about working harder than everyone else.
But then we stopped chasing our goals and something weird happened.
So if you're chasing something right now, you're going to want to hear this.
Life is beautiful.
The Theo Bros Podcast.
Yo, how we doing? I am Mike Theo.
I am Nick Theo.
And you are listening to the Theo Bros Podcast,
where you can count on daily wisdom to get your mind right.
So I recently learned a valuable lesson in one of the most unexpected ways. My dog Rocky recently ran away by accident. We were visiting mom and dad, and the door was left just a crack open. He got outside, and he started walking towards the driveway. And I realized, as I'm going after him, oh my God, the gate's completely open. He could completely run away right now. So panicked, I start racing after him. I start chasing him down, to which he responds by darting in the complete opposite direction. He thinks we're playing. So now I'm getting angry. I'm getting flustered. And he's now going into the middle of the street while cars are coming. So now I'm trying to flag down cars. I'm screaming at the top of my lungs, Rocky, stop! Rocky, stay! And I'm chasing him in circles and circles and circles. But the more I chase him, the more he keeps running away. Finally, I take a different approach. I start running back towards the house where I want him to go. And I say, Rocky, come! Rocky, come! And he starts following me all the way back inside the house and to safety. And after the adrenaline wears off and after the panic finally wore off, I sat there and I said, wow, what a valuable lesson. I'm going to call this something. So I ended up calling it the dog rule. And I wanted to make this podcast episode about it. And the dog rule states that the more you chase after something, the more it eludes you. I think it's not just true when chasing down a loose dog. I think it's also true when chasing down goals or anything you want in life. The more you try to grasp it, and you won't be happy until you get that thing, and you try with all your might to lock it down and control it, the more the universe will continue to push it further and further and further away.
Yeah, and this reminds me a lot of us when we first quit our jobs. We were chasing success so badly when we quit our jobs as entrepreneurs, and desperately chasing it, coming from a real place of lack, and all it led to was more and more failure and disappointment. And then one day, 6 months into this whole endeavor, we were on winter break, took a little pause, and we decided to do something completely counterintuitive. Rather than chase goals, we stopped and said, let's give back a little bit during the holiday season. And that thought and that action of going out to hand out blankets to the homeless in New York City ended up turning into a miracle in disguise, because once we did that, we created a video, posted it online. A venture capitalist on the other side of the country saw it and sent us an email, which ended up being the seed of what we now have been running for the last 10 years, which is a nonprofit that teaches kindness to kids and delivers blankets to people experiencing homelessness. And that all started because we stopped chasing so desperately for something and actually giving from a place of fullness, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, it makes no sense. And it's so easy to fall into the trap of, I'm just going to work harder than everyone else, and nobody wants this thing more than me, and I don't care what it takes. I'm going to sacrifice everything because I want this thing so badly. And so what you do is you chase after this thing, you put it on this pedestal, and because you just want it so badly. But the universe doesn't respond to that, and I'll tell you why. You're operating, like you said, from a place of lack. So the energy that you're putting out is, I need this thing. Like, I need it, right? The much better approach is to operate from a place of abundance, where we're not saying don't set the goals and have a desire to hit them. That's not what we're saying. Don't set the goals, because we still set the goals. But there's a big difference between chasing goals and happily pursuing goals and pursuing them from a place of abundance. Like, you're doing it out of a sense of play, and you actually enjoy the pursuit of this goal, and you don't need it necessarily, but this is this fun thing that you're pursuing. The universe responds to that.
Yeah, it's interesting. If you think that the getting to the goal is what's going to make you happy, that's where the lack comes in.
Right.
Because you think you need to accomplish this in order for you to be happy. But then what keeps happening is we get there and then the goalpost keeps moving and moving and moving. I think the best example of this, though, in real life is actually when you're single, right? When you're single and we've all seen it. The person who so badly wants a girlfriend or a boyfriend and has that energy kind of pushes everyone away from them. Yeah. Even though they want it so bad to want to be in a relationship, everyone senses that energy and is just like, oh, I don't want that. But then once you see the person who feels completely confident in themselves, in being single and just being who they are, it's like a magnet that gets you attracted to them. And then you end up getting the girlfriend or the boyfriend much sooner.
Yeah. So we call it the dog rule, but I looked it up and basically this was already called something. It's called the law of reverse effort. And it was originally thought of by Alan Watts.
Get out of here.
I don't know if Alan Watts was the originator of this idea. It actually probably comes from Buddhism like 2,000 years ago, but he calls it the law of reverse effort. And he says, when you try to stay on the surface of the water, you sink. But when you try to sink, you float. So basically, when you're like flailing your arms is when you sink. But when you just surrender to the thing, you float. He calls it the law of reverse effort. And he said it's true for almost anything in life. The more you force something, success, love, and happiness, the more it slips through your fingers. It's like trying to fall asleep. The harder you try to fall asleep, the more awake you feel. But when you finally stop trying, your body just does it naturally.
That's really good. So this is really about that mindset of not trying to force something.
Yeah, and then there's science that also backs this up. So there's something called the ironic process theory. And you know that whole thing about like... don't think of elephants. The only thing your mind can think of is elephants.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. So the harder you try to control your thoughts or emotions, the stronger they become. So the more you try to not be anxious, the more anxious you'll become. The more you try to not be depressed, the more depressed you become. It's the law of reverse effort, or as we call it.
So in that situation, what should you do instead?
Surrender. It's always surrender.
What does that look like?
It looks like...
in the concept of anxiety.
Context of anxiety?
In the context of anxiety.
In the context of anxiety, I feel like it's... Well, I've been dealing with like a little... I don't like to label it depression, but like a downtime in my life where like I wake up and I just feel this kind of darkness that's just on me. And sometimes it just happens where it just comes up. And it's something I just have to like kind of deal with. And I've been noticing in the very beginning, I've been trying to fight it. Like, I hate when it's here. I want it to go away. Just go away, please. Why are you here again? Please go away, go away, go away.
Yeah.
And the more I keep thinking about the fact that it's here, the more it's staying and lingering and bothering me and showing up and really getting me agitated. But more recently, in the last couple days, I've actually kind of just surrendered to the fact that like, okay, it's here again. Hello. Like, hello again, my old friend. You've been here before. You've left before. So I'm just going to, let you be here and not really pay too much attention to you and not make this be the end of the world. Like I'm some broken person and I'm always depressed and tell this whole story around it. I let it be there. And slowly but surely, it's starting to like just fade away on its own. It's just naturally taking its course and going away. So that's how I would give that piece of advice in the context of those negative emotions.
I think that's really powerful, that the way you just explained all that. To me, I would simplify that by saying anxiety is usually about focusing on the future. And surrender looks like coming to this moment right now.
Yeah, I would agree with that. All right, let's wrap this up with an actionable takeaway. For me, the actionable takeaway is to trust the process. We hear it all the time, but what does that actually mean? So I think what it means is you have to trust that this thing that you're chasing is already yours. You have to trust that it's done. It's written in stone. It's going to happen. You don't need to chase it down. You don't need it to happen. It already has happened in the future. It's already yours. That's how you need to operate. You need to trust that this thing that you want so badly is already yours. Bring it back to the dog example. I needed to trust Rocky and his ability to just follow me, to love me, to come back to me. So rather than trying to pin him down, all I needed to do was trust him to just follow me back. Same thing with setting your goal. Like right now, we want to be super successful podcasters. Rather than try to pin that thing down and be upset every day that we're not, just trust it's already happened. It's already happened. So then how do you take it one step further? You get 1% better every day. Mr. Beast has this great piece of advice that's gotten pretty famous at this point, where people ask him all the time, how do I become a successful YouTuber? And he says the same thing every single time. Make 100 videos and make each video 1% better than the last. That's it. It's that simple. So just do the thing and try to improve by 1% on each iteration of that thing. And eventually you'll be a great YouTuber. Like, it's that simple. So trust that you will be that great YouTuber. Trust that you will get whatever it is that you're chasing in your life. And then just try to get 1% better every single day. It's literally that simple. That's what trusting the process actually means.
I like it. Is there a specific call to action?
Yeah, I have a specific one. So we like to say writing makes it real and could help someone else heal. So if you're listening on YouTube or Spotify, I want you to write in the comments, fill in the blank. I don't need to chase blank. It's already mine. So affirm that for yourself. Whatever it is that you're chasing, I don't need to chase blank. It's already mine. Affirm it for yourself and trust that this thing that you're chasing is already yours. Put that out into the universe and let the universe respond back.
I like it. I just want to throw in the caveat. That does not mean that you just say that and then stop doing the work.
No.
I know you made that clear, but I need to make it extra clear.
Yeah.
It's about the mindset that you approach the work with is what we're talking about. You still have to show up every single day, but you show up with a different mindset, and your ability to get those results will happen a lot faster. That's what this episode's really about.
Hell yeah.
All right. Love you. Thanks for hanging out with us. Peace. Thank you so much for listening all the way to the end.
If you're new here, we share daily mindset motivation in 10 minutes or less.
So if that's your vibe, hit subscribe or check out another episode right here.